I put every single way to get rich in 2026 into a tier list, F tier all the way up to S tier. And I need you to hear me on this. The method sitting at the very top is not the one you're expecting. It's not flashy. And here's the annoying part. You already have access to it right now. You could unlock it today, but we're not starting at the top. That would be insane. We're starting at the bottom, in the sewer, with the methods that have personally ended more bank accounts than a recession, so do not skip. Every tier we climb, the odds of you actually staying alive financially go up. Let's build the list. We begin in the basement, F tier, the absolute floor. This is the casino class. This is crypto. This is sports betting. This is the guy who calls a coin named after a cartoon frog an investment with a completely straight face. And look, can you get rich doing this? Technically, yes. In the same way you can technically win a knife fight. It's possible. It's just not a plan. It's a personality disorder with a live leaderboard. Here's how it actually goes. You put in $100, it becomes 4,000. And for one shining afternoon, you are a genius. You are Warren Buffett with a vape. You start doing math about the yacht, and then, because the human brain is a broken slot machine, you don't cash out. You can't. Cashing out is for cowards and people with functioning frontal lobes. So you let it ride, and the market does what the market does to people who say let it ride, which is remove them from the game entirely. The casino class doesn't build wealth. It rents it, for about an afternoon, at a catastrophic interest rate. F tier, down in the dirt, climb with me. Next rung up, D tier, the Slop factory. This is the 2026 hustle where you never show your face and you never say a word. You just build a machine that vomits content while you sleep. 12 channels, maybe 40. AI writes the script, AI reads the script, AI makes the thumbnail, and a separate AI leaves the first comment so it doesn't look lonely. One channel does creepy ocean facts, one does Reddit stories that never happened to a human being. One is an AI woman who does not exist and yet somehow has a more stable relationship history than you. Why is this only D tier? Because it does actually make money, that's the trap. But you're farming a field that 10 million other people just discovered, using the exact same tractor, and the ground is getting thinner every single day. You're not building a brand, you're speed running a gold rush, and you got there right as the gold started running out. It pays. It just doesn't last, and it makes the internet slightly worse on the way out. D tier. Onward and upward. C tier now. We're climbing. Two methods live here, and they could not be more different, which is exactly why they're roommates. The first is the personality salesman, the influencer. You spend 3 years building an audience out of pure charisma and questionable dancing, and then one day a brand slides into your inbox with a check for a t-shirt that shrinks to the size of a napkin in one wash. You call it elevated streetwear. You clear 10 grand. And from there, it's a buffet of nonsense gummies that are legally candy, a course that teaches people how to sell courses, supplements with a name you cannot pronounce, and a science that does not exist. It works. But your whole business rests on strangers liking you, and strangers are famously stable, loyal people who never turn on anyone. So, good luck with that. Sharing this tier is the lifer, the person who picks a career, shows up, climbs the ladder, and does it for 40 years without ever going viral once. Steady paycheck. Health insurance that covers, like, most of a tooth. Slow, boring, dependable progress. It's C tier not because it's bad, it genuinely works, but because you're renting out the one asset you can never get more of, which is your own time, at a fixed hourly rate, to a company that would replace you with a spreadsheet by Friday, if the spreadsheet asked for slightly less. Solid, safe, capped, C tier. Okay, B tier. Now we're getting somewhere real, and this one is going to make a certain kind of person very mad. The trade guy. While an entire generation piled into laptop jobs, fighting each other to the death over the same 40 applications, a quiet army of plumbers, electricians, welders, and HVAC guys just kept working. And nobody can replace them, because you cannot outsource a burst pipe to another country, and you cannot ask a chatbot to physically crawl under your house. When your basement floods at 2 a.m., you are not negotiating. You are handing a man in a work van your entire wallet and thanking him for showing up. The trade guy starts earning while everyone else is still accumulating student debt and a vague sense of dread. No 4-year gap, no unpaid internship where he learns to operate the office coffee machine. And the ceiling is way higher than people think because the smart trade guy doesn't stay the guy under the sink. He hires 3 more guys, then 10, and now he owns the van, the phone number, and the schedule, and he golfs on Tuesdays while his company prints money without him. B tier, and honestly underrated. But we can still go higher. A tier. This is where the money stops being a job and starts being a machine. And there are two ways into this tier. The first is the boring business baron. This is the person who figured out the single most unsexy secret in all of wealth. There is an absurd amount of money hiding inside businesses that make you yawn. Laundromats, car washes, pest control, companies that clean the grease traps behind restaurants. Portable toilets, I am not joking. There are portable toilet millionaires, and they are not stressed about a single thing in this life. Here's the play. Somewhere near you, a 65-year-old owns a plumbing company or a snack vending route that quietly nets $300,000 a year. He's tired. His kids became lawyers and want nothing to do with it. So you buy the whole thing often with a loan the business itself pays back, and you inherit the customers, the cash flow, and the trucks all at once. No launching, no going viral, no praying the algorithm loves you today. The asset already exists, it already works, and you just bought the deed. It's not glamorous. Glamorous is broke. A tier. Sharing this tier is the specialist, the one of one. The person who becomes genuinely world-class, top 100 on the planet elite at a single thing and lets the money come to them. But there's a catch here, and it's a big one. So watch this. If you become the best basketball player alive, you make over $100 million in 1 year, because the sport prints money and every brand on earth wants to stand near you. But become the best in the world at, say, competitive darts, and you'll be a legend, a master, an icon of the craft worth maybe a couple million and a really nice jacket. Same obsession, same greatest human alive at this, wildly different bank account. So being the best isn't enough? You have to be the best at something the world is willing to pay stupid money for. Pick the wrong game and you'll be the most talented broke person at the tournament. A tier, with an asterisk the size of a building. And now, the top, S tier. 2 entries, and this is where I need your full attention. The first S tier method is one you cannot select, and I'm putting it here purely to torment you. The lucky sperm, the inheritor. The person who got rich by being born, correctly, to the correct people, in the correct hospital. No skill, no strategy, no risk, beyond surviving the birth. They started the game with the money cheat already entered, a trust fund, and a horse named after a champagne. It is, objectively, the single most effective wealth strategy in human history. It has a 100% success rate. It is also completely, permanently locked for you, because the deadline to select it was your own conception, and you, tragically, missed it. So we admire it from a distance, we quietly resent it, and we move to the one method at the top that you can actually reach, the real S tier. The top of the entire list, and it's not a job, a hustle, or a lucky birth. It's a single idea that ties every good method on this board together. Ownership. Stop trading your hours for money, and start owning things that make money without you. That's the whole game. That's what the trade guy figured out when he bought the van instead of just driving it. It's what the boring business baron did when he bought the deed instead of the paycheck. It's what happens when you take even a small, boring, unsexy slice of your income and put it into things you own a stake in the entire market, a piece of a business, an asset that quietly grows while you sleep, eat, and doom scroll. Because here's the twist, nobody clips for a highlight reel. You don't need a viral moment. You don't need a frog coin or a lucky birth. You need ownership plus patience. And patience is genuinely the rarest currency on this entire list. Everyone wants the F tier speed and the S tier result, and that combination does not exist. It never has. The people who actually get rich are just the ones who were willing to be bored for a decade while everyone else was busy going broke fast. So, there's your tier list. The casino class rotting in the basement, the slop factory racing a dying gold rush, the personality salesman renting strangers' attention, the lifer capped by the clock, the trade guy, and the boring business baron building actual machines, the specialist gambling on being world-class, the inheritor mocking us from a tier we can't touch, and, sitting quietly at the very top, ownership, the one thing on this whole board that you could start unlocking today with whatever's left in your account after this video. Here's what I want you to do. Tell me in the comments which tier you're actually in right now. Be honest, no one's judging. We've all done a stint in the basement. And if you want it, I'll make the next video the S tier starter guide, exactly how to buy your first tiny slice of ownership this month, even if your budget is embarrassing. I built the whole plan. I just need to know you want it. See you at the top.